G'day everyone and welcome to Paranormal and Cryptid Adventures. This is another video focusing on the communication that we have had with a Yowie. I've been working with a good friend of mine, Fifi MUNRO, animalhealing.net.au. She is one heck of a gifted individual. She can work with energies, she can sense energies, she has the gift. I've once again contacted her and asked her to do a contact with a Yowie named Najikam. Now, Najikam is the same Yowie that we've communicated with in the past, and we will continue to communicate with Najikam, and I have a long-term plan on these communications. I'm not just spitballing questions. I got ideas, I've got a finish line here that I want to get to. I don't know if it'll happen, but there's a plan here. Now, last time we covered the first 10 questions of the latest communication. Today we're not going to muck around. We're going to go straight into the second round of questions. So I'm going to pull my phone out, because they're all in here, and you can't expect me to memorize them. And let's go. The first question today. Is your species ever aggressive towards humans? If so, how and why? Answer. We try and keep out of your way. We feel how much fear you will hold. We meet you where you meet yourself. Is that referencing... I don't understand that. I can't work that out. I understand we try and keep out of your way, we feel how much fear you all hold. But what about those of us who don't have the fear? What about those of us who are just wanting to know more? Wanting to communicate? Wanting to interact? I hope they understand that not all humans are that way. But we meet you where you meet yourselves. I don't understand that. I can't work that out. Is that talking about we meet you where you meet yourselves? We meet you on the same level that you're at because we're an aggressive species, so therefore they respond to us aggressively? But they don't always respond to us aggressively. They most regularly respond to us with curiosity. I don't know. It's a little bit over my head. This is why I'm putting these videos out untouched from the answers, because one of you guys can decipher that for me. Next question. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Are you able to cloak or camouflage yourself to avoid detection? How do you do this? This is a big question that everyone has. Talk about the predator type beings. People think that when they say they see... Let's be honest, and I do this as well, when people claim, oh, there's a Yowie right there, you just can't see him because he's cloaked, I end up going, dude, you're seeing what you want to see, pareidolia. And that's probably still true 99% of the time. But this answer is saying that sometimes what you're seeing is the real deal. Let me read the answer. Yes, we move into nature. A portal of energy opens up that only a certain level of awareness can see. So what is being said here is that yes, they do cloak, they do camouflage, they do go predator style and blend in. And that they can open up portals of energy. And you will only see that if you are at a certain level of awareness, which suggests that you'll never be able to film that process. Though there is film that exists of predator type beings walking because they've already come out of a portal, so to speak, but they move into nature. What a beautiful way of putting it. And that's exactly what it looks like. They move into nature. So you wanted the question, can they cloak predator style? Yes, they can. This is a good one. Is your species related to humans in any way? And if so, could you explain? One word answer, no. They are not related to us. So that's going to put the whole relic hominid idea to bed to a degree. So if they're not related to us in any way, that means they're no relic hominid. That means that they're no branch off of our family tree. That means they are not a missing link. That means they are a completely different being that, as they say, is here to look after the planet. Earth keepers, caretakers, guardians. Potentially come from up there. And there's a lot of people on the internet, there's a lot of people around the world that subscribe to an alien, UFO, Bigfoot theory that the two are connected and linked. And this kind of data is starting to make that more and more possible. I've never really looked into those videos and those research avenues too much. I might have to start doing that. Next one. Oh, this is cool. I remember this one. This is so cool. If you want proof that we're dealing with an energy being, here it is. Can you describe your home reality to me? They have told me, Najikam has told me that they're not of this reality, that they come and go. So I'm asking him to describe what is home to him. And this is what he said. So cool. Standing in a clear energy stream of stillness and beauty. Standing in a clear energy stream of stillness and beauty. Remember, he said that they live in the song lines, in the ley lines. Ley lines are energy. So I'm getting a visual now. I'm getting a picture of a being that doesn't exist in this realm. It exists on an energetic level as an energy being. And it can enter this realm as needed to balance the energies of this reality and make sure the earth is looked after and cared for. When they're in this reality, they take a form that we can understand. We can understand the Yowie, the Yeti, the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, the Hairy Man. We can understand that. We have wrapped our head around that, and so they will appear to us every time like this. There is different branches, species within their species. But this is what they're all here for. They are energy beings that can manifest into our reality. Am I the only one that just gets goosebumps about that? Seriously, right? Next question. If your home reality is not our 3D reality, what you see around me, then why do you need to inhabit a physical body at all? Answer. We don't need to. We choose to go into physical form to experience this reality. And you know what? There's a lot of mystical traditions around the world that say that our soul makes that same choice when it incarnates onto Earth. It chooses to come into this reality to experience a third dimensional existence. Our souls are not a third dimensional reality, being, whatever you want to call it. Our souls are eternal, they are energetic. Our souls are as similar to what a Yowie seems to be. Is a Yowie connected to us because our souls and their true form are very similar? There's a question I'll ask in future series, in future communications. Editing, Craig, make sure you write that one down. Now, to understand this question, I need to very quickly tell you about something called the Law of One. The Law of One is a series of books that came out, I believe, the early 80s, in that ballpark, by a group that basically studied channeling as a science. Now, channeling is when you can communicate, much like what Fifi is doing, when you communicate with another being through an energetic, chakra-based fashion, I guess you could say. And these guys connected with a being that he described himself as a fifth dimensional entity named Ra. Yes, that's right, the same Ra that's associated with ancient Egypt. This is a whole other level. Quite frankly, I read the books twice, many, many years ago. There's 5 volumes. I had never had someone put so eloquently the belief system that I have, and I have developed over many, many years of just living, experiencing, seeing, reading, feeling. I've developed my own belief system. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's what I believe. And when I read these books, it was like someone had taken it out of my mind and put it onto the pages. The Law of One, it sounds crazy the way I describe it, but if you're bored and you like a little bit of weirdness, a little bit of interest, spirituality, all this kind of stuff, give them a read. Now, in the Law of One, they make 2 references to Bigfoots, and I'm going to do a whole video on this. But in a nutshell, they mentioned a planet named Maldek. Maldek. M-A-L-D-E-K. Maldek. It seems to be that Yowie's incarnated here from Maldek. So what I've asked Najikam, is he familiar with this planet? I will go into more detail on this later. I asked him, is your species originally from Earth? Originally. In other words, they evolved here like humans evolved here, from a microbe to a fish to a monkey to a this to that. You know what I mean? Their entire lifespan has happened on this planet. And if not, where did you evolve? Does the planet Moldek mean anything to you? His answer, no, we are not originally from Earth, and yes, I know of this planet. It's pretty cool. So there will be more on the Law of One being incorporated into this, and there will be more on the planet Moldek in future communications. This is going to get weirder and weirder as we go, because it's all the basic obvious questions are going to get passed through, and all that's left is going to be this deep, bizarro land stuff. Next question. How and why do you balance earth energies? A calling or a choice to support Mother Earth. There are a lot of beings that have worked to guide, evolve, and support this planet and humanity. There's a lot in that. So they come here as a calling or a choice. There are a lot of beings that have worked to guide. Now, you want to get religious? Look at Islam, and I don't mean no disrespect to anyone's religion here. Prophet Muhammad, he went into a cave and he received the Quran from an angel named Gabriel. That could very easily be interpreted in another way. Guidance from a other dimensional being. Look at Moses with the 10 Commandments, stood by a burning bush and got told them from God. There is a lot. Look at Buddhism. The Buddha, he meditated under the Bodhi tree for 49 days until he received communication, he received enlightenment on a way to end suffering. There is a lot, almost every religion known to man and every belief system of ancient people all the way up to today, they have beings that have come here to guide us, to teach us how to human basically. Now, support, guide, that's in the same ballpark, but to evolve us, you can only evolve from a spiritual level, that's what I believe. Spirit consciousness goes first, physical matter follows second. So if you're going to evolve something, you need to evolve them at the core of their being. This is getting crazy deep. I get how weird this is. I'm aware of it, yeah? But just stay in here, because I think this is the sort of depth of research someone's got to have the balls to get out there and do, and not worry about people thinking they're crazy. This is why I'm doing this, because this free thinking zone needs to exist in Bigfoot Yowie research. It can't just be poo-pooed on. It can't just be ignored and say they're flesh and blood and that's it. We cannot ignore what is being put before us. This is why I'm doing this. Next question. There are many reports of people feeling watched by Yowie, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Hairy Man. Why do we get watched? The answer? Understanding human species. So they're watching us to try and understand us. If they're protecting the planet, and there's these beings that live on the planet, but want to constantly destroy the planet, isn't that going to be a little bit confusing to you? So you might sit back and watch them every now and then just to try and work out what their motivations are, how their emotions are, how their energy is. It's almost like a school classroom. So guys, please come and watch me. You're welcome. I want you to come. I always talk to them. I'm always talking out in the bush. Talk to the trees, talk to the birds. Talk to the Yowies. Yeah, I'm a weird guy. You know this by now. Next question. People, and this relates to the location I'm in right now. People often find that what they believe are Yowie, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Hairy Man footprints, but only ever 2 or 3. Rarely a full track. Can you explain why this is? And this is a good answer. Moving into another realm from 3D, like stepping through a door. So this is what we all suspect. There's stories, I think it was Sasquatch Chronicles, I think they were interviewing some researcher, believe it was that, and he was saying, wherever it was, he was saying that he was once camping deep, and he was on a sandbank, and there was just 3 Bigfoot footprints in the middle of a sandbank. And it's sand. You can't just jump 50 meters into the middle of a sandbank. And he was like, how can this be? Well, this is the explanation. That they are walking in this reality for 3 footsteps worth, for some reason that we don't understand. And then they're disappearing back into their own reality. I don't know why, but this is what they're telling us is happening. Now, just down there, I found 3 footprints, and just up there, I found a single footprint. Just saying. Do you break trees and or tree branches, and why? So good old tree breaks. I want to know exactly yes or no. They said, that occurs from the effects of moving through dimensions. Almost like an energetic boom. Non-audible. So the suggestion here, or maybe it is audible, maybe they're the explosions that you hear randomly from time to time. Maybe they're what we call a wood knock. I don't know. Anyway, what is basically being suggested here is that when they move into different dimensions, different realities, from in this reality, from out of this reality, that the physical world around them takes a hit. And that's why, poof, trees snap. That's what a tree break is allegedly about. Interesting, yeah? Very interesting. I've lost my spot. Do you wood knock? And if so, why? Answer, no. No. They don't wood knock. Just one word answer, no, we don't wood knock. It's very, very, very interesting. And the final question, now I've already asked this question before, and the answer I got was PowerPoints. So I wanted to ask this again to see if I got some completely random, completely different answer to kind of test the waters here. And the good news is, well, it's the good news for me because I want this to all be legit, is that the answer is on point. It's on sync. Why do you build structures from trees? The answer, focus point. So an energetic focus point. That is pretty much what a PowerPoint is, right? A focal point of energy. So it's exactly what I've said in the past. It's exactly what I've said, that they are using trees as a form of energy, doing them in a certain formation to build up more energy, and then they can utilize that massive energy probably to move in between dimensions, or to incarnate here, or to balance energy, because maybe they build up a whole bunch of energy, much like we build up a fire to use it to cook. They might build up a whole bunch of energy to use it to balance our energies, to give energy where it's needed, to balance the energy where there's missing energy. So, that's it for this one. These videos are fascinating. I absolutely love them, and it's not done yet. I got one more to come, and that'll be coming out soon, so don't miss it. And I will tell you now, one of the questions in that video makes me feel very, very happy because it relates to me directly, and it's kind of special. So don't miss out on that. So to cap off on this one, man, they're moving through dimensions. They're doing all sorts of stuff. They are energetic beings. This research is cool, man. And again, I don't expect you to believe it. I don't expect you to have to buy into it. But what I'm asking you to do is to open your mind to the possibility, because we're doing research here. And while this is unverifiable from a Yowie perspective, I mean, I feel I've verified that these alternate realities can interact with our own. And as I say, I have a video on that. Personal, firsthand. But it's unverifiable otherwise. But it doesn't mean it's worthless. And we really need to lock down on this, put it in our heads, and move the research and the understanding forward. We can't just keep looking for an ape that hides really well. I don't believe it's that simple. I really don't. Though I do believe they have physical form. So again, I am not the flesh and blood. I am not the interdimensional. I am both. But the background, the foundation of a Yowie absolutely seems to be as an energetic being that comes into this reality to balance Earth energies and to care for the planet. Woo! All right. I love it. I'll see you guys next time. I'm about to film the next video now, but you won't see it for a little bit unless you're binging, in which case, happy binge. I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.